and welcome to episode 1610 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, I've got a couple of whoopsies, big whoopsies that some people did to talk about. They're making the headlines as
some
the first
some oopsie doopsies.
Big time oopsies, like a blooper,
swoopsie doopsie,
real, yeah.
What was swoopsie doopsie from?
I just made it up.
No, it was someone's like weird catchphrase, wasn't it?
No, we use that as a term, I think, for drinking games.
Yeah, I think I made it up when we were drinking one day, and people liked it.
Deep in the lexicon of my brain.
I probably incepted it from something.
It unlocked something in my brain when you said it. I'm gonna now.
I think the swoopsie doopsie was when
doopsie.
It's like had a cup, doopsie, but
maybe somebody made a cup on you, but then you made two in a row in beer pong. Was that the swoopsie?
It was nonsense.
Potentially,
it was something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think that was the official swoopsie.
We were just drunk enough for it to be awesome.
Yeah,
I had a. This is like things that go through my brain. The other day, you know, when you're just sitting there, just your brain turning off, and I was like, man, it's a couple times that like Mark entered competitions with me as his partner because he's my friend, but probably hated it so hard because I wasn't good at it. Whatever it was we were entering.
Well, yeah. very too much competitive, and you're the right level of competitive. So
I think we entered a beer pong tournament together, and I lost, but I wanted to win. But then I think you
of course you try.
Maybe,
yeah. It's always
swoopsie doopsie.
Swoopsie doopsie.
Yeah, it's a whoopsies. So we're going to talk about a few more of those whoopsies, but way bigger ones than losing a beer pong tournament. Much larger, international news level larger. And then what do you got, Pat, on deck?
Well, look, you know that I'm not much of a hunter. I was raised by a Buddhist vegetarian. And it's bear season in Virginia, and the bears are fighting back. Hunters, watch out. Bit of a bear tragedy that took place. If you're on the side of the hunters, if you're on the side of the bears, you might feel a little bit different.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll learn more.
So,
bears are definitely bears.
Doopsie.
If you are a hunter, that is a swoopsie doopsie when the bear gets you instead of you getting the bear. There's even that saying. Sometimes
the bar.
Yeah. It's one of those animals that hunters are aware you should be prepared to potentially face some backlash.
If they do get you, you might not even know because they might just knock your head right off.
Well, I'm glad
you're aware of what's going to happen.
I'm glad Will's on tonight because we have a resident hunter who can kind of feed into what the mentality of the hunter is.
You definitely got that thing on you in case you have to face the bear after tracking it and finding it.
Like a handgun for a boar.
Yeah.
Dude, a fucking handgun ammunition might just bounce off a boar's head, bro.
Well, you got to aim for the head, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know if you could pierce a boar's head with a handgun, maybe, depending on what distance you're at.
That's like when you're fucked. That's like when you're out of options. You pull out
when
the
it's
handgun.
boring down on you. Yeah, you're in big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a bear, you might want like a slug shotgun shell or something because that thing's gonna be hard to take down. And then Mark, what do you got closing out the show?
I forgot because I was looking at those Jake Hayner pictures before the show.
Aren't they so weird, dude?
Why did he apparently take pictures that way?
Like, I guess if you're like the third string quarterback on a team, is
it like rookie hazing?
A little saucy on media day.
He was wearing a different number than he has now. I have no idea why.
Apparently, the media person was like, "Okay, really sauce it up, Jake." And then he's
is
third
this too saucy?
So if Derek Carr had taken those, he'd be like, "No, we're gonna take it again." But Hayner just had to live with them. Now
he
we
was
live with them.
Very sassy.
This is my favorite. My favorite is the wrist flick after he's thrown the ball. If you don't know what we're talking about, Jake Hayner, who started and then was pulled out of the game, the New Orleans Saints third string quarterback, starting over Spencer Rattler. Yeah. He has some real hilarious media day photos.
The sideways one where he's just sticking his ass out.
Real saucy. Such a sauce. You got to look these up.
I have relationships around the holidays focusing on men. So there you go. It's kind of related.
I can see that. That's right up the alley right there. Yeah. Those kind of photographs.
Okay. Swoopsie doopsie. Let's swoop right in.
Yeah, let's do it. Some other big stories, though, that we're not going to cover in depth. There was a tragic shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. It left at least 3 dead, including the shooter. So 2 victims.
Do we know if it was a student who
That's
pulled
what
the trigger?
they said.
17-year-old, so I think so.
Mhm.
They said it was a student or at that age. I don't know if it was from that school, but I imagine it's a kid. And I think it's 4 dead besides the shooter.
Brutal.
Oh,
brutal.
just at the time I wrote it down, it was
horrible.
It was 2 plus the shooter, but I guess it could be more. Obviously it's at least. Trudeau is under fire in Canada. Everybody is calling for him to step down, and his main cabinet official, Chrystia Freeland, just resigned because she thinks he sucks at dealing with Trump. So basically, Trudeau's like, he needs to probably go. His time is over, regardless of what happens. I guess he could sort of just cling in there as long as he wants. But
what are the rules up there? And I know we have a huge contingent of Canadian listeners, and that's why we learned the provinces. Okay,
they can do elections like whenever.
But he's just been around forever. I feel like
he's been their prime minister since 2008 or something like that.
Remember that bachelor party we did up there? Definitely the prime minister then, and negative 6 years from then. Yes.
Yeah. Well, if he gets voted out, you think he could run in disguise in blackface as Trudat?
Trudat. Ba 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 ba. He's the hip hop.
It's Trudat,
prime minister.
That he wants to.
Yeah.
He's been in office since 2015, right? Sorry.
That's
still a decade.
Long time.
Yeah.
Still almost a decade.
Wasn't that why Putin was going to because I don't know if Russia had term lengths, and then he was like, I'll just be prime minister and make the rules that the prime minister has more powers than the president. And then he's like, that's too much paperwork. I'm just going to eliminate terms for president.
Yeah, but they don't have elections over there. Canada's a little bit different. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Canada's being a little Russia over there. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Well, they're both very northern. Maybe that's what it is. The cold makes you love authoritarianism.
I think they're probably the 2 biggest countries in the world. I know China's a close up there, but I think Russia's the biggest landmass. I think Canada's the second, perhaps.
Wow. Yeah, and 90% of it not inhabitable.
Right, a lot of it's ice. But anyways, Trudeau, he's even students are roasting him. I don't know if you guys saw the jogger video. Jogger drops the F-bomb on him. Just a random Canadian
What
kid.
they say? Fuck you, Trudeau. Something along those lines.
The other one, it said, "Look at this F-bomb."
Yeah.
And
you're a real Jake Hayner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's it. And so basically, and that was just a random Canadian college kid. So he's under fire. He's in trouble. Nancy Mace is still embroiled over an allegedly violent handshake with a trans youth activist that has the Daily Beast so worked up that they wrote this article. I don't know anything about it, but they say Nancy Mace completes her MAGA monster transformation, and then it's a picture.
Sick art.
It's
the art is awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's like a vampire
demon.
It's an
demon. Yeah,
it's all the Daily Beast shit. It used to be just some of the articles were paywalled. Now they're all paywalled, man.
Well, the art wasn't paywalled. That's the only part I liked. That's why I got the screenshot. But it's a big deal, apparently.
I always get confused between the Daily Beast and the Daily Wire. I know one of them is really right, one of them is really left, but it's
they're just the opposite ends of the spectrum, literally.
Right, but I'm until I read the articles, I'm like, which one is it? Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yin and yang, they are, of the internet news world. TikTok ban, Pat, is that happening?
Dude, here's all I know about the TikTok ban, is that ByteDance is begging the Supreme Court to figure it out. Same situation, right? Data is the new oil, and they're not saying no TikTok. They're just saying no TikTok with ByteDance owning it. They're stealing it, effectively.
So that's what Trump's going to meet with the guy about?
But there's no buyer yet.
Your app.
I mean, the big idea was hatched, which was whether China's doing shit or not, I don't know, but the bigger thing is we want that thing you got, right? You can't have that thing. We want it instead.
We want money.
Right, but there is not a buyer yet. So it's getting down to the wire here without a buyer.
What happens for existing users?
tossed. It's banned in the country, buddy.
Well, I saw it's getting removed from the app stores, but that doesn't mean if you don't need to update your app, it's not like getting removed from your phone. I think you're grandfathered in. They're just taking it off all the app
Always
stores.
get out of it. So
that's not a ban. That's just a lack of access. I don't know. We'll see. From what I understand, it's a ban, which is like
it's labeled as a ban, but I saw that the actionable item for sure is they're removing it from the iOS and the Android app stores. I didn't read anything yet that says that that's going to automatically delete from your phone or not.
Oh,
maybe they'll have to I don't know how that works.
It wouldn't automatically delete from your phone. They geofence. It's just like trying to access Pornhub in Texas, dude.
Right. They'll just.
Oh no, XXNX exists. You fucking idiots. You fucking idiots.
Well, but TikTok, there's really
even better porn.
Don't want to shoot over to Xvids. You fucking dumbasses.
I mean, even though Instagram exists, a lot of people are very loyal to TikTok, so it's going to hit some people hard.
Oh, TikTok's a bigger app, dude. I mean, like, it's a more addictive app. Yeah.
Every time you do this, like Pat mentioned, you just give more traffic to the seedier apps, like X videos. You're just playing right into their dirty hands.
TikTok. Yeah, there's not like a down dirty TikTok.
Reddit.
I mean, Meta's loving this. This is like the best thing ever. If you're Meta.
Yeah, IG's going to absorb all of it, right? Real quick before we move on to the real whoopsies, couple of great live internet comments, all from YouTube today. Colin Phillips says, "Damn, Pat looking like a snack. Looking great, Pat.
Thanks,
looking great." Nick M. This is a great insight about Canada. They need a new Rob Ford IMO. True. I feel like a Rob Ford type could really bring things together up there.
Bro is still in politics up there.
Doug. Dude, I'm a big Doug
IMO's
follower,
right.
But he's not. He doesn't have that pizzazz like Rob had. And Lax Sky Scotty says, "Let's go." So let's go on to the real whoopsies. Okay, a couple of doozies. Watch that first step. First up. A new DOJ report about the Mount Vernon, New York Police Department. Pat, you know where Mount Vernon's at?
I'm taking a look here at the map. Where is
just
it?
Just north of New York City, right there in the center.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
equal to like New Rochelle. Yeah, I mean it's in New York City, pretty much.
Yeah, like the outskirts, right? Like between Yonkers and New Rochelle. Okay, so that a new DOJ report reveals that Mount Vernon, New York,
overhead, Pat.
No, it's like the fucking removing the table upstairs. That might
New Jersey.
It's like fucking
Illinois was getting drones.
No, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now that you said what it was. It sounded exactly like that. All right, so this police department, the DOJ reports in Mount Vernon, New York, that they have been, at least until the fall of 2022, it was their department policy to strip search every single person they arrested. Even people who were just detained got strip searched as well. Very much a violation of like personal rights. Worst of all,
gotta make sure they're not hiding anything.
Yeah, that's
sorry, ma'am. It's policy.
Yeah,
that's what kind of got him caught. During the review, they had done it to like a bunch of elderly women, like 65 plus, 70 plus women.
That's just to humiliate him.
Which one of you boys has that librarian fetish? Because the International Librarian Conference is coming to Mount Vernon this week.
Yeah,
and I get the feeling that some of these ladies have lead feet.
Looks like Dobbs is working overtime this weekend.
All right, Dobbs, get out there, buddy.
No,
this one's for you.
There was a Dobbs. There was literally a couple of Dobbs where they did this to some elderly women. They didn't need to, so they just wanted to see, I guess. Because they had like lied about whatever the charges were. But the worst part of it was that they were ordering the full cavity search a lot of the times too. So it's literally like the FBI jokes from Beavis and Butthead Do America, where they're like cavity searches all around. Get in there deep. Yeah. Like that's how Mount Vernon, New York was operating.
That's a finger in your hole for you guys who don't know.
Right. They put the rubber glove, go check out.
Lube it on up.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not great what was going on in Mount Vernon. And the DOJ suspects that old habits die hard, so watch your cornhole if you're in Mount Vernon, New York. It's
a huge violation. Our buddy, who's the coolest cucumber around, got cavity search on a cruise ship when he came back on, and rightfully so, because they were like smuggling weed on, but he passed it off. He passed it off before, so he got away with it. But they were on to him, rightfully so they cavity searched him, and when he got back upstairs, they didn't find anything, thank God. But he looked like he saw a ghost and like wouldn't talk to anyone for like 8 hours.
I got to stretch it out to look in.
He was like not okay with what happened.
Well, okay, I got to come clean. He didn't get cavity searched. I made that up because.
Oh, Pat, come on.
Yeah, no, I know what happened.
Then why did he take some bad drugs? Why did he?
No,
we look so pale?
We took a cab up into the mountains of Jamaica, and this guy gave us
classic.
We just wanted 1 bag of weed, but he sold us 2 bags of weed for some reason in 2 separate bags.
Twice
we smoked part of 1 bag of weed. I mean, even 1 bag of weed was dumb. You're off the cruise ship for like 45 minutes. And so, but 1 bag was empty, 1 bag was full. We pull up to get back into the cruise ship area, and some dude who's essentially a cop without a badge comes. He comes to the window, and goes, "Hey, quick! The cops are up there. Give me the weed." And at that point, you're like, "That's a cop." All right. What had happened was he had the empty bag in his pocket, okay, and then the full bag we left on the bus. So he touched his pocket and felt the bag. Not knowing it was empty, he thought the weed was in his pocket.
So he just got scared. He just got spooked.
And then I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if we said he got a finger up his butt." And he's like, "No, I didn't." And I was like, "That's exactly what you'd say if you got a finger up your butt."
It worked.
Got him.
Hey, Mark thought
it worked
Mark
like
got him.
2 decades running.
It's better for the story. He ended up starting buying in there too. So
it really is better for the story. Okay. Well, the biggest whoopsie of all, definitely this week so far, comes from Clarissa Ward of CNN. She went viral for quote unquote freeing a prisoner from one of Assad's prisons in Syria last week. Just take a look at the incredible footage. Sorry,
this footage is amazing.
If just
I can't tell though. It might just be a blanket, but it's the only cell that's locked. Is he gonna shoot it?
The guard makes us turn the camera off while he shoots the lock off the cell door.
What?
Yeah, intense.
We go in to get a closer look. It's still not clear if there is something under the blanket.
It definitely is. There's nobody under there.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
They're looking for Jacob Tice, right? Or Austin Tice, sorry. The Marine journalist.
It's not who they found.
Hello?
There's somebody in the blanket.
Yeah, so essentially they're like clearing all the prison rooms to see if they can find Austin Tice, I guess, and this is deep down in the jail.
Yeah. The only one that was locked.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, journalist! Thank God, I'm going to kill you.
This guy would have died if they hadn't found him.
If the camera crew hadn't been there?
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 'cause no one's looking in these jails this deep.
He tells the fighter he's from the city of Humps and has been in the cell for 3 months. Okay,
Is he a terrorist?
You're okay. You're okay.
When he's been in the city of Homs, and then he's been jailed for
Clutches
3
my
months.
arm tightly with both hands.
Because in his head.
Does anyone have any water?
He's shaking.
He's holding her hand tight.
Yeah, he's really gripping on to the American journalist, almost like it's a lifeline. Or
Maybe don't rock your diamonds, lady, when you're going deep into Syrian prisons. Just put that out there.
You're okay.
it's so that's
Okay.
That's the incredible footage. Here is Clarissa leading him outside. He sees the sun for the first time. It's incredible. It's strikingly powerful footage.
Who's the armed fella accompanying them?
Well, was part of the rebel forces who liberated the prison.
Okay.
And and so since this fine man who had just been jailed there, let CNN and them know that he's just a citizen and he can't believe he sees the sun. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's pointing at it.
He's pointing at the sun. Wow, I thought I'd never see that again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would never see it. Turns out Syrian fact checkers revealed that in fact the man who Clarissa Ward freed from prison was Salama Mohammed Salama, a first lieutenant in Assad's Syrian Air Force intelligence with a long history of alleged war crimes.
Oh no.
They call him the torturer.
The torturer?
Yeah, he's a torturing specialist.
Didn't they shoot a lock off? Like that was a sign. Like this guy
he had locked himself in probably because he was, the prisoners hated him probably. He gave his name as Adel Gurbal and claimed to have been arrested by the government authorities 3 months earlier, as you saw. And I guess CNN kind of helped him escape prison because had the camera crew not been there, as Pat pointed out, the interrogation may have gone a little bit differently. The rebels, thanks to them being there, they didn't know who he was either. They let him go. But then CNN covered it like it was awesome news. But they really just let out this main tortured dude named, his nickname is Abu Hamza. And he worked at several security checkpoints in Homs and was involved in theft, extortion, and coercing residents into becoming informants for Assad.
He gave a few cavity searches, huh?
Oh, quite a few. Yeah. Violent ones. Local residents told the fact checkers he also killed civilians during the Syrian civil war in 2014 and allegedly detained and tortured young men on bogus charges, many of whom refused to pay bribes. The fact checkers Verify Psy reported that he was locked up for arguing with his boss over who should get more of their extorted cash recently, right before Damascus fell. And knowing all that, it makes the second half of the CNN piece a lot more hilarious. Check it out.
3 months in a windowless cell, he can finally see the sky.
He starts celebrating.
The light, he says. Oh,
no.
God, there is light. My God, there is light.
Kissing the journalist.
Oh no.
This dude, he couldn't believe his luck.
Yeah.
Stay with me. Stay with me. He repeats again and again.
Stay with me. He demands her to stay with him.
When do you think he's going to start to realize he needs to get out of there?
For 3 months, I didn't know
know.
anything about my family, he says. I didn't hear anything about my children.
Yeah, I mean, he lays it on thick. Okay, he got them hook, line, and sinker, lays it on thick, and kept the journalist with him until he was, I guess, out of prison.
It was torture then, and boy, do I know torture.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just totally dupes.
to that lady's credit, it's not really on her. Like
all of them. I mean,
the Syrian rebel really needs to check in here and be like, okay, cool, it's not Austin Tice, but who the fuck is it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
so is
CNN's also,
is he free, or do they recapture him?
I think he's free.
I think he's free.
Yeah, he's free.
Yeah, no, they're trying to find Austin
$3.99.
Tice. They had some intel that he might have been in that prison. The journalist that went missing in 2015. But yeah,
He was just killed by that guy.
They're not gonna find him, unfortunately. Hopefully they do, but geez, man.
No, he could have been killed by that guy.
Yeah.
Abu Hamza, who CNN just celebrated freeing from prison. It's incredible. If you're Clarissa Ward today, you might want to just relax. If you're anybody who made a big got swoopsie doopsied recently, you just want to chill, and because you don't want to go on tilt and make another crazy move. You just want to relax and chill. And my favorite way to relax and chill is
my name is Brian. Yes, Brian.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what he did. My favorite way to relax and chill is something we're going to talk about in a minute. But this holiday season, I'm going to be looking great no matter what I'm doing because of the Chubbies that I've been wearing. Okay. Chubbies, if you look at what I'm wearing right now, if you're watching this video, it's the flannel overshirt from Chubbies. Okay. It's probably my favorite shirt I've ever owned.
You look good, Will.
It's like a fleece, but it's like a flannel. It looks nice enough where you can wear it, any job. If you work outside, it's warm enough to wear in the winter. If you work inside, it's nice enough to put on to go to work.
A freed Syrian warlord would be hugging you even over the cute blonde if you're wearing this.
Yeah, no, because he knows.
It's so comfortable.
He sees it and he knows how warm you are. And it's going to be a lot warmer than that prison cell he just locked himself in 5 minutes before the CNN camera crew got there.
No, they locked him in there. That's how bad he was. He didn't lock himself in there. They locked him in there.
Yeah, they shot open a lock.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like in a movie, like The Mummy, when you
he would have died in there because they would have forgot about him. He was like the last guy.
drilled a hole
about
in
him,
the
or somebody who knew who he was. Yeah. But anyways, that's besides the point. What started that conversation is exactly what Mark said. If anybody sees this flannel overshirt for the first time, they're going to be drawn to it. Okay. And that's what you want this holiday season. Not only do they have the flannel overshirts over at Chubbies, they have the everywhere pants. It feels like you're naked, but they look like executive pants. I don't know how else to say it. It's just very classy. Are you spending the holidays with your new partner's family and want to make a good impression? Yeah, well, make a great first impression with Chubbies. Chubbies is perfect for nailing that holiday look while keeping things relaxed and fun. From family dinners to holiday parties, Chubbies has you covered. So you can focus on being yourself and letting the good vibes roll. Check out their website for their best deals of the year. Folks, for a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code HARDFactor20 at checkout at chubbiesshorts.com. 2 S's in there. That's 20% off your order with promo code HARDFactor20. Support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, gift yourself and your loved ones Chubbies. The best men's clothes.
And real quick, I was out on Friday night, went out to go see a show, had a little dinner before, and man, everyone's up on their nicotine routine, right? Everyone's pouching it. And I got to tell you, Lucy, for my money, can't be beat. And I'm dead serious about that. I mean, like, literally, it's the absolute best. I'm a Breakers guy, personally. If you don't know about the Breakers, it's a fun little breakable ball in that bad boy that you can break with your teeth or your lip, right as it seems to be wearing off. You can get a second wind out of it. I live and die by the berry citrus, man, the 4 milligram berry citrus. Absolutely fantastic. I also mess with the espresso sometimes. What do you guys like? What's your favorite Lucy flavor?
Mango.
The mango's pretty good.
But
yeah,
it's like a breath mint too, man. The breath smells so good.
It really is, man. And that breaker can be, it releases a little extra flavor and hydration, baby. So yeah, get on with Lucy, 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free. Set yourself up with a subscription to have Lucy delivered straight to your door. That's what I do. Pretty simple. So let's level up that nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co. That's lucy.co/hardfactor and use that promo code HARDFACTOR, one word, to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind, but you won't. Again, that's lucy.co and use code HARDFACTOR, one word, to get 20% off your order. I mean, really, man, it's just it's the move. I'm really glad we have the best product in the game backing us.
Woo!
And real quick, little fine print. Lucy
West.
products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Hang on, Pat. Hard Factor West says, that story is going to kill in the caves. The torturer? You're back?
They let the torturer out. They put you under the jail.
How did you get it?
Oh my God!
The torturer.
They put you on the U.S. journalist floor. I can't believe they
Let
found
me watch
you.
the video again.
Yeah. You got to hug and kiss her?
All the jailers had fled. What, did they have to shoot the lock off? They did shoot the lock off.
You just played dumb?
You had been under a cover for 3 months?
Guys, the torturer's back.
The torturer's back.
Dude, it's a big shot in the arm to the Assad runaways, wherever they are.
Well, they didn't like the torturer much anyway, but it's a real swoopsie doopsie.
No one
he
likes
was hit
the
or miss,
torturer.
but
he tried to rob
he's
from
a-
his boss. So
he's a big hit now.
Who should get more money?
But all of his friends are dead now, so he's okay.
That's water
He's-
under the bridge at this point. After the swoopsie doopsie, he just
I like to think about he's like the snakiest snake of the regime, right? That they jailed him, and it turns out just being the snake turned out in his favor, right? Because everyone else is dead, but he was in jail the whole time when all the deading was happening.
Yep. Now he's like a Nazi in Argentina now.
He lives to torture again.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it is hunting season in Virginia. Bear season specifically. They don't got brown bears over there. They got the black bears. And a Virginia father, that's the state we're all from, of 5, has died after a tragic incident involving the bear that he was hunting, this according to state wildlife officials. The Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources describes the incident, and 58-year-old Lester C. Harvey Jr. of Phoenix, Virginia. And I got to tell you, as a guy that loves maps and is from Virginia, I definitely had to look up and see where Phoenix is because I had no effing idea. Mark, it's pretty clearly in the triangle between Lynchburg, Farmville, and South Boston.
Whoa.
Right, it's the liver of Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The part where really, yeah, it's the part where you can't remember all the names because they're not even by a major highway. They're like,
no.
They're so far away from the highways, you don't even see the signs for them. You know?
I mean, it's literally equidistant, about probably 70 miles to any sort of 10,000 person town.
Right.
It's a nothingbird. It's
good
Phoenix.
bear hunting country, probably, because there's no people.
Yeah, over there in Phoenix, and it's spelled Phenix. Phoenix, probably. I don't know, but anyway, okay. Here's what happened.
Probably.
Lester C. Harvey Jr. was out there with his buds, and they spotted one. They spotted a real prime subject, and they started hunting it, and hunt it they did. They were chasing this boy left and right, up and down, and before they knew it, after the hunt had really gotten pretty sweaty and hot, they'd finally cornered this sucker. Cornered him in a tree. That's right. The bears climb trees.
They do.
And they'd been chasing this prey for such a long time that it spooked up into a tree. Okay?
Okay.
And that's when the group got around the tree and said, how are we going to get it down?
Guns? Did they
I
have?
got you now, bear.
And we got
Was
you
this
now,
like
bear.
a knife-only bear hunt? Like what
No,
was
they
the-
had their guns, Willie. They had their guns. And they were really bearing down at this point on this bear. And that's when one of the boys said, I know. I'll shoot it down.
Yeah.
And shoot it down he did. And unfortunately, for old Lester C. Harvey, the bear won the day because the bear landed directly on him, killing him.
What?
So he didn't see the bear falling from the tree?
No,
Or-
he saw the bear. You could imagine the situation, 4 or 5 guys standing around a tree. They'd been chasing this bear for a while, looking
Right.
up at it, talking about what they should do. Everyone said, back up, I'm going to shoot it down. I said, that's your shot, Buster.
He stood directly under the bear?
No,
And
he was
shot-
standing about 10 feet from the bottom of the tree, okay? And it was just a freak accident. The bear, I mean, can you blame the bear?
The bear fell back.
Can you blame the bear?
The bear fell at a funny angle,
Uh-huh.
and this dude was maybe not looking up when the shot occurred. Like,
Well, they were, I mean, again, we'll imagine the situation.
have
4
to
or
be
5 guys,
watching, right? Yeah,
everyone's watching.
Hey, guys, I'm clear of bear falling territory here, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Everyone back up. He's okay now. Really, now. He's taunting you, Charlie. He's taunting you. That's your kill, Charlie. You kill it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna kill it. Okay, you kill it. Everyone back up. Oh God, it killed Lester.
He couldn't move.
That's
How-
insane.
Oh,
It took
man.
Lester out.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the other hunters tried to administer first aid to Lester. Well, EMS was called, but nah, didn't work out.
Oh,
He's
how
not-
bear we're talking about?
Well, it didn't say how big a bear will, but big enough to kill a grown man if it fell from a tree.
That's
Well,
not-
I mean, they're going to be at least a couple 100 pounds, and yeah, I mean, that falling on you from any distance is going to not be great on a 58-year-old body.
that's
Yeah.
got to
No,
be the
that's true.
stupidest way I've ever heard to die.
Yeah, I agree. But look, and it is sad.
It's hard to imagine, even even.
It's
having
sad.
seen
But look, Will, when you go out with the boys and you're hunting, right? You're touching into a primordial instinct, okay? Something that's been with man forever. It's you versus the bear. All is fair in love and war. And look, you have the advantage, okay? You have the rifle, okay? You have modern technology, okay?
the biggest
So
advantage. Yeah.
you can't even blame that bear for killing Lester, for taking Lester out in its last act. You can't blame it, right? This is
Oh, Lester killed Lester.
well.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't know how the guys
Mark one for the Bears. That's
Watching
what I'm
it,
saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think if you're like a real big hunter, going out on a hunting accident is probably near the top of the list of how you'd like to do it. Kick the bucket. So
Was this an
probably not
accident
like-
though? I mean, is getting killed by
that's
the
an
animal that
accident.
you're
You didn't
hunting
mean-
an
you didn't
accident?
mean
The
to
bear
be-
was. The bear was. The
But like
bear
an
was
accident
dead.
is you shoot yourself or you have a
Dead
heart
bear
attack.
fell on him.
This is also accidental.
You
Like,
fall
didn't-
out of your hunting blind. the animal you're hunting strikes back and ends up outsmarting you. That's not an
It was
accident.
already dead. It was like
Was it,
yeah,
Will?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
even like accidental, like
It
accidental
had a little fight
firings-
left in it.
accidental friendly firings happening, but this has got to be the first time a dead bear has fallen onto someone out of a tree.
right. It's
ever.
rare that you get killed by a dead animal. You usually
Yeah.
get
It
killed
wasn't,
by a live
dude.
one.
It was still alive before it hit the ground, bro. It probably.
You think the guy was going to
Well, right,
administer
I mean, like-
CPR on an alive while the alive bears?
Well, that's what I'm saying. No one tended to the bear. They went for Lester first. There was two guys there.
They're hoping the bear bleeds out and they can eat it.
Someone should have maybe given CPR to the bear. I'm just saying it's not an accident if the animal that you're hunting kills you. It's all fair, okay, guys. According
No,
to
I mean you still consider that an accidental death in terms of hunting.
some may, I
the
don't.
the goal is for you to be the hunter, not the hunted. That's the number one.
But it's
right?
a risk you take when you go out hunting, right? That's what I'm saying.
Well, sure,
Especially-
but I mean, it's
did
still.
the bear have a
it would be-
gun?
This guy has
You
the
consider it
exact
an
opposite
accident.
luck of the torturer.
Yes, he does.
Dude.
Exact opposite.
We have the luckiest guy ever and then the unluckiest guy
Again,
ever.
it's sad, but you hope, right? Like if you got to go out, you got to, hopefully you go out with a formidable foe.
The
right?
luckiest guy ever is a torturer, and the unluckiest guy is a father of five. It's tough in this world.
Guys, according to Lester's obituary, he was a self-employed contractor, an avid outdoorsman, and a quote friend to all, except bears, of course.
Yes, under the Bears.
Yeah, the department is not currently seeking any charges
Or
related to
gravity.
this incident because the bear's dead. And look, I have to say that this is sad, right? But you also got to talk about how biased the media is, and we talk about that a lot on this show. If you're a bear, okay, and you see this headline, Virginia father of 5 killed by bear falling from tree during hunting accident, it's just a little misleading. He didn't just fall out of the tree, okay? They shot him out of the tree. How about father of 22 takes revenge in final death fall after being chased in a tree and then shot? Better headline, more accurate if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You could
How many kids did the bear have?
I mean, you never know. They didn't give enough to your point. They didn't give nearly enough details about the bear.
And look, guys, I don't.
Regardless how you feel about hunting, this is on Lester. You
It's
shot
on
the
Lester.
bear out of the tree and it landed
Well,
on
not,
you.
he didn't shoot the bear.
I don't think Lester shot it.
Someone
it was on-
else shot it. Okay.
It was on Lester for not paying attention.
Well,
when the
if
bear
Lester was like,
falling.
"Hang on, I'm not clear," and then they shot it, then it's not on Lester. I was under the assumption that Lester shot.
All right, boys, everyone back up 10 feet. And again, if this bear kills one of us before we get to kill it, it's all fair, right? Okay, because we're hunting it. Because I looked up the law in Virginia, and a lot of people examine the Second Amendment, right? And like where the comma is, what's a well-regulated militia, et cetera. Let's take a gander at this law here. The unlawful to cripple, harm, or dislodge law, okay? It is unlawful to continue to hunt or to cripple, harm, or dislodge a bear from a tree for the intent of continuing a hunt, comma, chase, comma, or for the purposes of training dogs. So take that for what it is. But
That's a law in Virginia bear hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised anybody goes hunting.
Anyway, rest in peace, Lester. He's being buried at the end of the week.
Whoa, that is a crazy one. Whoa. Okay, I have a fun topic today. Relationships around the holidays, new ones or not having them at all. And let's focus on men, shall we? We're men.
It's not enough of that, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially around the holidays. Yeah.
First up, well, this is man on woman, but it's from the perspective of man. First up, no-legged murderer Oscar Pistorius has a new girlfriend.
Well, he has 2 halves, so it's kind of like a one total.
Shit.
But
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Hold on one
No
second. Just
footed.
real quick. Here we go. Sorry, Mark. Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, but I was too lazy to find it. Thank you. No footed murderer.
Or was that no-legged freak too?
Yeah, he has a new girlfriend just months after being released from prison for killing his last girlfriend.
So
And,
why did he kill his last girl?
she's hot. Oh, this is his
Anger.
last girlfriend, but look, the new girlfriend looks a lot like her, almost
he
identical.
claimed that he thought he was being that's crazy how similar they look. But he claimed he thought he was being
identical.
invaded. home invaded, and then
Yeah, he thought he was being invaded from his private bathroom that didn't have a window from inside the house. He thought the invader had locked
I remember.
himself inside the bathroom, and then he said, "Come out, invader!" That's what he said. And then he shot through the door 6 times.
Right.
And
Honey,
there's
is that you?
there's no one to say that he just did. There was no invader. He knew there was no invader. He just shot her to death.
Right.
That's what the courts found too.
Yeah. If that's not you, say something, or don't say anything. Bum 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 bum. Yeah.
So somebody who looks exactly like his ex that he shot to death ended up getting into him while he was in prison.
Yep.
And
he killed the one, so he had to get a new lookalike.
Can put that photo back up, but can we break him down real quick? Just because I got to figure this out, because okay, I get it. He's very attractive, but then again, he has no legs. Okay,
from the waist up,
Olympic
he has it then.
right. Okay, but then he's like a top tier athlete. Okay, but then again, he's a murderer. Right. How does he keep banging these 8s?
Girls like
nine.
bad boys.
Bad boy. Yeah.
Okay.
So
No question there.
Reva Steenkamp is the girlfriend he killed, and then the new girl's Rita Grayling, and she's a 33-year-old business management consultant from Wakkerstroom, Mpumalanga in New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, and really the only way you can tell these two apart is the one's breathing.
Right.
Yeah,
and then she also has her hair crimped. I mean, that guy must put on a clinic of how to talk to a lady.
Well, he's like, eyes up here, honey. Yeah, and so now the former Paralympic gold medalist, I think he won gold. He was like faster than Usain Bolt with those blades. Killed Reva over a decade ago. So maybe he's reformed and doesn't want to murder his girlfriends anymore. But not everyone is convinced. Like Reva's mom, June Steenkamp, 78-year-old, who penned a warning letter to Oscar's new girlfriend, which said, "You stupid bitch."
Yeah, I mean,
question mark. You stupid comma bitch question mark.
That's tough.
Sweet. He was in the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games. He's the first athlete to compete in both. How's that possible?
I think they didn't let him compete trans style in the Olympics. And he's like, because he had the time for the Olympics. He's like, I can run the 100 in 3 seconds.
Bionic.
And they're like, yeah, but so kind of plain.
Right.
But he is that good. That's good of a para athlete.
Oh, he crushed everyone in the Paralympics. Yeah. She actually said in the letter to the new girlfriend that Oscar has anger problems and did the whole time he was dating her daughter.
A little bit. Yeah.
And he was just fighting back urges to kill her daughter until he did, and that he still has those anger problems. And she could probably tell when he seethingly stared and hissed at her at the parole hearings every year.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, it was the neck slash that gave it away.
His Twitter bio is track athlete, humanitarian, activist, motivational speaker.
Did he leave off murderer?
I don't think if you're a murderer, you can have humanitarian, because you're kind of like not a humanitarian. You know what I mean? You're an anti-humanitarian.
Yeah.
His price on human life is so high that he would gladly take another to protect it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yes, he hasn't tweeted since 2014 when he got locked.
He's back. Yeah. The new girlfriend should also be particularly on alert the next few months, because Pistorius killed Reva on Valentine's Day. So lots of romantic holidays coming up with Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. That's kind of the big 3. So she's going to want to have that head on a swivel. I
see what's going on here, Mark. All of his tweets, right, again, before he got locked up, are all they start with Lord, comma. He's really leaning into the born again situation.
Don't you hate home invaders? That's what
yes, Lord. Isn't it my right to strike? Don't tell me about the castle doctrine, Lord.
Yeah, big time. No, he knew she was the girlfriend, just shot her. So he's got a new one, and good luck to her. And next one is a new study came out that absolutely no one needed to know about, that says women are less depressed than men when single. And why do you think Wes is not here?
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, why do you think Wes is not here today? He's at a speed dating event.
Is he really?
He is a single woman that is a single man. That's all that
is. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Get out there. Yeah. Get laid. But yeah, exactly. It is obvious, Will. And it's obvious because there hasn't been too many women shooting up schools and things because and public events because they're mad about being single.
Right. No one's hollering at me.
Yeah. there hasn't been there's not a lot of incel boards run by women, because they can generally get laid if they want to.
Not many. There was the one that bucked the trend recently, but yes, not many.
But a lot of the comments say the same. They say stuff like, please don't use this information to further the man versus women debate. We need each other. That's the only nice one. Doesn't need to start that. And this is Scott Skin Violin says, I can get whoever I want and I still choose not to date. Laugh my ass off. I have plenty of men who beg in my DMs despite my deep disinterests. Thanks, Skin Violin.
Skin Violin. Oh my goodness.
Always Jaded says women already know this. Men don't choose to be single. And then this guy says obviously they get regular D. And someone says written by a sad woman.
Oh God.
Single women are getting their backs blown out by multiple men. And the kid says until they reach 40, it's when the beauty fades, accountability starts being real for them, and the gaslighting ends, and they start losing attention and validation. And every comment was just disgusting besides the first one I played, which was kind of sweet.
Jesus. Where can people see those comments? Those were Facebook comments?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
I can add the link to the show notes, but there's a couple thousand of them.
Oh my God, yeah. You don't want to dunk on lonely, horny dudes.
Yeah.
Who happen to be single.
So
I could, but I'm just not interested right now.
If you're single, it's okay. If you're in a new relationship, it's okay too. Just wear some chubbies. You'll impress everyone. But most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Pistorius, man.